What's going on? It's your favorite Disney dork, Dave, with some amazing Disney news today. It was posted on the Disney Parks blog a couple hours ago. I'm going to read verbatim, and I'll probably post certain pictures up, like here maybe or something, or I'll figure it out. Piston Peak National Park builds on the story of Frontierland. I'm so excited for this because it's Disneyland, California. Disneyland in California has a Cars Land. Us in Florida, which I don't live in Florida, but Walt Disney World in Florida doesn't, and I love the Cars movies. Lightning McQueen. I have a bunch of Maters downstairs. I wanted to at one point get all the Maters from the little car collection. I stopped for whatever reason, but Maters is such a fun character, and they're finally doing a Cars Land in Disney World. I think it's just one, maybe two rides, but mostly one ride. But I didn't really read all of it. I read portions, but I wanted to come on and talk about it and show the pictures that they have and some of the announcements, because there is another announcement that got talked about that is unfortunate because it was something from like day one Disney World, but I'm okay with it because I'm not a huge fan of what is closing. But it starts out, like I said, Piston Peak National Park builds on the story of Frontierland. Cars from around the country are fueling up to be the wildest racer in the wilderness. Of course, we all know that fans are curious to see how the exciting new backdrop of the big rally race will fit into the waters, landscapes, and storytelling at Magic Kingdom. Today, we're excited to share that Piston Peak National Park will continue the sweeping storytelling tradition that has crossed Liberty Square and Frontierland since opening day. Westward Ho! Crossing into new frontiers at Magic Kingdom. Since the early days of Magic Kingdom, adventurous guests have traveled across space and time as they pass from Liberty Square to Frontierland. Starting with architectural influences from upstate New York and colonial America in Liberty Square, before traveling to a berry, not food berry, like bear, row, I don't know why I rowed for. Berry fun concert in the Northwoods. A stop by New Orleans at Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and ending in the Arizona Bluffs at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. At the heart of all these stories are heroic characters with a belief in themselves that helped forge a path to their dreams. To continue this journey in great American storytelling, Piston Peak National Park will be part of the largest expansion in the history of Magic Kingdom. Welcome to Piston Peak National Park. Imagine an awe-inspiring wilderness filled with towering trees, snow-scaped mountains, breathtaking waterfalls, roaring rivers, and impressive geysers. While fictional, Piston Peak is inspired by the Rocky Mountain area and the history and iconic sites of the American frontier and its national parks. Inside Piston Peak, guests will be able to see and explore the Visitor Lodge, Ranger HQ, trails, and more, all set within the Disney Park and Cars universe. To make sure these buildings fit naturally within the surrounding majestic landscapes, Imagineers are using a style of architecture known as parkitecture, which was developed by the National Park Service to create structures that harmonize with the natural environment. From the outside, trees will provide a natural barrier between the off-road rally and other parts of Frontierland and Liberty Square. Rugged mountains with dramatic peaks will be nestled along the calming waterway across the Grizzly Hall, and soaring geysers from the famed Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will stretch into the trails of our off-road rally. Cruising just around the bend. As work revs into high gear this summer, the Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, and the Liberty Square Riverboat will close beginning July 7th. Imagineers are also hard at work beyond Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, bringing to life the first ever land inspired by the Disney villains, with two major attractions, dining and shopping, on an incredibly twisted grand scale. But that's not all happening in Magic Kingdom. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will reopen next year with new magic, and later this summer, Disney Starlight will grace the streets of Magic Kingdom with its grand debut on July 20th. And Beacon Barrel will welcome pirates of all ages. And then so follow along with every step of the way in the Disney Park blogs. So the big thing, it's finally named something. It's Piston Peak. So the little character that they decided to make, the original character that is part of the map that you can see, it's not official, but it looks like he's basically based off the old Ranger from the old Humphrey the Bear shorts. Jay Audubon Woodlore, which I never knew he had a name. I had to look it up. I just remember him being the like park ranger from the Humphrey the Bear stuff. But it looks just like him, which is really cool. So to do this, obviously, like it said, July 7th, Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Square Riverboat are closing. I went on the riverboat last year. I've only been on it a handful of times. I like it. It's cool. It's a nice little trip around. Tom Sawyer Island, I was on definitely once, maybe twice, but it's also been years since I was on the riverboat. I mean, since I was on Tom Sawyer Island. The only time I remember being on it is when Disney World still had the paper fast passes where you'd have to go to the attraction you want to get a fast pass for. You'd put your park ticket in, you'd get a paper pass that would come out and say, hey, this is the time you can come back. They had a little scavenger hunt on Tom Sawyer Island that if you got there early enough, you got on the island and you searched around and looked for a paintbrush, you were able to get a fast pass to either Big Thunder Mountain or Splash Mountain. That was really cool. That was one of the cool things. That's the only time I ever remember being on Tom Sawyer Island. Some people love it. Some people like me just, I mean, if it's going, it's going. I don't want to say I never understood it. I get it. It's been there since the opening of Magic Kingdom, basically. But I do understand that to make new stuff, you have to get rid of old stuff or expand, which is how they said they're expanding the Disney Villains Land. But I'm okay with Tom Sawyer Island closing and the riverboat. It sucks to lose the riverboat. Like, I hope they do something with the actual boat. But I mean, if it's going for this, I'm a huge Cars fan. I love Cars. Like I said, Mater, Lightning. I liked Cars 2. A lot of people hated Cars 2. I liked Cars 2. I liked the whole Cars trilogy. I just wanted to come on and talk about that stuff. You know, the other stuff too. The new Disney Starlight Parade is coming on July 20th. I love parades. And a nighttime parade, I'm so excited for a new nighttime parade. I've always wanted to see Paint the Night in Disneyland. And there was rumors, but also talks of it coming to Disney World, but also why it wouldn't be able to. Something about I believe some of the floats are too big, too tall for Magic Kingdom or something. I don't remember the full, like, why it wouldn't be able to work over here. The Beacon Barrel, well, a bar or whatever you want to call it. I'm so excited for that. Pirates is another, like, ride that I have to do every time I go to Disney multiple times. I love the pirate stuff. What else does it say in the end? Just those couple other things. But yeah, I just wanted to come on, talk about. It's okay that like I said, like I've said multiple times now. It's okay that they're closing. I'm okay with the riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island going away because I'm so excited for this new land. And I'm so excited. Like in the picture, you can see Tiana's, and it's kind of funny because it looks like the water running from Tiana's is almost running through the whole Piston Peak, and you can see Big Thunder Mountain, which I can't wait for it to come back. I'm hoping that the enhancements, like you saw them, I didn't see them, but I saw pictures of them taking the whole track out. So they're putting a whole new track in. Awesome. Maybe it won't be as bumpy, but I'm hoping that there's a certain drop that when you go into the mountains, there's like dynamite. And I know at Disneyland, it shows like the dynamite, the fuse on the dynamite getting shorter and the dynamite blowing up. I'm hoping they add that into here. That would be something that'd be really cool to see. But yeah, I mean, that was basically just a short little video. Just wanted to talk about this kind of stuff because this is stuff that makes me excited. Even the Villains Land stuff. The concept art, I believe it shows like is it an Ursula or a Maleficent roller coaster? But like a roller coaster, I think a dark ride and like dining and shops. Awesome. Anything to make the parks bigger, better, new stuff to do. Like it's not talked about on here, and I'm not sure if it's closing. I believe it's closing this year, but like they're changing the Buzz Lightyear ride to where instead of the gun being mounted on the vehicle, you can pick the gun up and hold it and actually move it around and shoot it. There's a big connection with me and the Buzz Lightyear ride that I don't really talk about. It's just something that I did personally on that ride that I couldn't do that ride for a couple years but I started. Maybe like 2 years ago, I was able to get back on the ride and actually do the ride. And for it to be all new and all redone, that's perfect. Like maybe that'll make me, you know, forget about the past stuff. And I love going on the ride and trying to get the high score and bragging to my dad. When we were just there a month ago, we went on it and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you." No, of course you're not gonna beat me. It's a game, and I'm a nerd, and I know how to play games, and I know how to shoot. Sorry, that's just what happens. Yeah, that was it. Just talk about those certain things. Like always, thank you for chronicling this little quick journey with me. Just wanted to talk about the new things coming along, and we'll see you soon for more Disney videos. Later.